Podcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome, welcome. This is Kevin. Welcome, Scribblers. It's a great Tuesday night, and we're going to get started here in a little bit. I'm glad so many people are already on. That is wonderful for a Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well. And I know people are from all around the world here. And if you guys haven't seen lately, I'm sure you have, Adil's got a new program that has just came out. Amazing, amazing software. My hat is off to him. I was a software developer myself years back, and we had nowhere near the capabilities of what people have today. But like I said, you got to look at what Adil's doing. He's doing a great job. The young man is very inventive, and he's a genius. He's really doing some great stuff out there. And I hope everybody has seen his videos and some of the stuff he's doing. And to do what he's doing right now, you have to push the envelope. And what I'm getting to here is you got to get out of your comfortability zone. You really do. You really have to push the envelope, especially with what is going on in today's world. I mean, everybody should think about it. The world's a mess. It truly is. I mean, you can take it two ways. You can say it's a mess. Hey, but I'm going to be okay and go forward and be positive. But what I'm getting to here too is when you see someone like Adil that just keeps pushing it and pushing it, keeps creating new software, keeps creating new things, and he's doing well. And that's because he doesn't look to the left. He doesn't look to the right. He just does it. And that's how entrepreneurs work. I mean, when we were doing our programming years back, my partners and I, we never thought of anybody else. And we were doing millions of dollars each year. And we never thought of anybody else. We never did. And I think that's the best way to look at it, is just continue for what you think is going to work and keep pushing until something does work for you, because it really does make a difference. We're only 6:02. We're going to give it a few more minutes here. Now, tonight, what I want to talk about is I want to do a quick overview of some of the systems within Sqribble. I think it's real important we go back a little bit and kind of go through some of the tools and some of the things that we've done to kind of show some of the new people, because we have a lot of new people on the program now. I can see it right now. People are coming in, and there's a lot of people here I've never seen before. So welcome, welcome. And for those people that have been here through all the months, I'm glad to see you guys here again. It's wonderful. One of the main things I really want to see people do is I want you guys to think different. I want you to get out of the 95-5 rule, where out of 100 people, 5 do really, really good, 95 do so, out of that 100. And usually this is the way it works. 5 do super, super well. 1 does incredible. And around 50, they don't do much at all. Now, nobody here should be part of that 50. Be that 51 to 100, because those people are doers and they usually get something done and go forward. And I want to kind of say something here. I've been online a long, long time, over 20 years, 25 years. I was online in 1995 when Yahoo, I think they started the year before me, way back. And we started pushing the envelope way back then. And we didn't know what the heck we were doing. And by the late 1990s, we had created a software package. Believe it or not, I was living in California, and my partner was in the East Coast here, in Michigan, actually, and never met, but we developed software together just through online back in the dial-up days. And we started something that really took off. We started making, like 1,000 a week, 2,000 a week. And finally, we got to a point where we were doing 30 grand a month. And we thought, yeehaw, Yahoo, this is great. We're going to go for it. And sure enough, from that point forward, for many years, we just made more and more money. And it was 2 of us, but we didn't stop. We had to keep going back and forth. I was like the architect of it. He was the programmer. But it worked, and it worked very well. So what I'm getting to here is, if you have to find someone that you can work with, sometimes it's a great idea. Sometimes when you're only working by yourself, you need somebody to push you. You got to have somebody behind you or somewhere to push you. Yes, you may be married, you have your husband, you have your wife. That's fine. And those are the best cheerleaders. actually your wife or your husband or whatever, whoever, you're married, your significant other. That is wonderful. But sometimes it's kind of nice to have a third party person to help you out too, because the third party person doesn't give you any slack. And I think that's very important because, like, if somebody asks me, like my wife or something says something, I'm always going to say it's good. Oh, whatever you're doing is great, 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 great. And it's not always true. So I'm sure you say it to your husband, to your wife, hey, everything's wonderful. But a third party person will give you the true story. So I'm going to start something here in the near future with our group and see if you guys want to be part of it. But we started doing that book, The Ghost Conspiracy. And it was just a test run, and we're messing around and we're starting to look at it. But I've got some people really injected in it, and some of the text within and the story and the chapters are really getting interesting. What came out as just a game and just a demo and just training is really starting to kind of come forward. And myself being in the programs and building software and data and all the stuff that we did through the last 20 plus years, we made money off content. That's all we did. We made money on making sure the correct wording, the correct keywords, blah, 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 was within our content. And that's what sold. And there'd be many times we'd start a new program and we would get, we would suffer. We always made sure that we had something running that was doing good, but we knew there was a time limit to everything. We knew something would last 3 months, 6 months, maybe a year. That usually was the max. After a year, people would lose interest. And in today's world, everybody's jumping to the next greatest, best thing they can possibly do, except content and books. People, of course, they'll read that book once or twice. They'll get a lot out of it. Then they're going to go to the next book, of course. So content and information will never stop. One thing I do want to tell you guys, I just found out this last week, is there's a company called Kickstarter. And most of you know what Kickstarter is. Kickstarter is where you can take a business, a program, and you can request money. And by requesting money, let's say that you're making, let's just say you're making a skateboard or whatever. And this is just an example. And with that skateboard, you're going to have shiny wheels and you're going to have a new kind of plastic instead of wood, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to sell that thing for $100. Now, when you go to Kickstarter, you ask people, hey, I'm going to give you this skateboard for $70, but I'm going to sell it for $100. And if you guys donate to this program right now for $70, you're going to get one of the skateboards that's valued at $100. Believe it or not, Kickstarter works. A lot of people it doesn't work for, but a lot of people it does work for. And in the last month, I've just seen, and this has happened a couple months ago, but there's a writer that's been on there. I think he earned $22 million on Kickstarter. And someone just told me about another writer that's earned millions, 5 million or plus from writing books online with Kickstarter. I never knew people could go to Kickstarter and use this kind of, this business to get money to say, hey, I'm going to write, you guys are going to get the book, blah, blah, blah. And it amazes me. So this shows me the power of writing, of books. Because when you get a writer that made $20-some million from people on a Kickstarter program, that is simply amazing. I don't know if it's a record or not, because it sounds like a record. Now, my business is I've been into 3D printing and 3D machines and machinery for a long time. And I knew for a fact that 3D machines broke the record like a year or two back. Someone made 5 million or 6 million and they made a printer for like $1,000, blah, blah, blah. And another company just did it recently. I saw another 3D printer. But then I read a little bit further and the writers have really blown it out to be some of the record breakers out there. I would think it would be a machine or something really cool, a gadget, blah, blah, blah. But no, it was writing. So you guys are in a really good spot here with the eBook creator, with what Adil and his team have formed here. Information is everything. But I really need you guys, and I'm going to say this brutal, you guys need to get off your butts. You got to start pushing the envelope. Just this past 2 weeks, I just sold another book for $2,500. I haven't shown you guys yet because The company isn't really pushing me to get it done. I've started it, but I haven't finished it. So I'm going to get on that one. So that's the third book. I think the first one was 27. I think the other one was $1,000. This one's 2,500. And I've got another one that I'm hoping to hook for 3,500 bucks here. That one's not a for sure thing yet, but I'm pretty sure that one's going to go through. So I'm on my third book sold because I did get the money for the 2,500, and I got another one coming. And this is information only books. This is books that I've kind of pushed the envelope, and I took companies and what they're doing, and I've kind of made them somewhat famous within their own, niche, so to speak. And that's kind of where I'm going. But I like the idea of what we did with the book that we're writing right now. Just that we're just messing around with this book, and I'm going to show you real quick. You guys have seen it. And I'm sure some people are going, oh, God, here we go again. What are we doing? But I have to say, it is pretty amazing what's going on with it. Hang on one second. And we just started. It's nothing yet. Believe it or not, it's really nothing. But my thought is, and this is what I'm saying to you guys, if you can work with a team, it will push you a little faster and further. If you guys have never had success with anything online before, never had any success, then you need to try to partner up, or you guys can come in with us here, because I'm thinking that we're gonna write a book. Everybody's names are going to be the authors here, or we'll make something up. We'll all kind of come together to see what we can actually do together. And I'll take anybody's ideas as we go forward. But I think it wouldn't be a bad idea if we really wrote a good book, a big long one with the team. And what we did is we submit it to many venues. We put it out there, not just within what we're doing here, but we can get it on some of the bigger players out there. And who knows? It could be nothing. It could be worthless. But you know what, guys? I've seen the most wild, unbelievable things happen through my career online, where you thought something was nothing to where you actually earned 50 to 100 grand in a day. We've seen it. We've done it. And it happens. It does actually happen. And some of the things you think don't work actually work. And, somebody can give you a piece of information or an idea. You take that idea, run with it, and it's just wonderful. Now, I am not by any means a great writer. I'm really not. I mean, I'm seeing some of the stuff people are sending me with the ghost conspiracies, and these guys blow me out of the water. I think the only thing that I'm really, really good at here is organizing it, putting it together, and making sure it can go someplace. Making sure we can find the right people, the right places where we can make money with it. Because the whole idea here is not, it is for fun. It is to see what we can do. That is great. Passion has to come from the heart. It really can't come from your brain. It really has to start with your heart, and then it pushes to your brain. And I know that sounds really strange, but you don't feel from your brain. You feel from your heart. And when you feel really, amazing, you do amazing. Your brain will take over, and it'll run with it from there. So I really want you guys to know that I think it's a good idea that if you guys are interested, send me some information. And if you don't know how to do it, just say, hey, Kev, what can I do to put some content into this ghost conspiracy theory book, blah, blah, blah. And hey, this might be a better idea. Can we change the name? Can we add this? Can we do this? I want to see what masses of people can do together to see if it can actually work. Usually it won't work if you've got a big crowd of people talking and working together, because everybody will it'll kind of be chaos. But if it's going to a focal point, and then somebody can kind of, like an editor, let's just say I'm the editor, I can look at it and piece it together. I think it would work much better. So there's no bickering. There's no one saying, no, this page is better, that page is better. Of course, we're going to throw things into it and then come back and see what works. But I think it's a good test run for many of you here, because if you've never had success, if you never made $100 online, you need some help. You truly need some help. And if you do this, you're going to get my help, and you're going to get other people that are professionals here online. We got a lot of people that are very, very good online, and I can see it with their content, with what they're doing. And what I'm really good at is making money. Now, I can piece things together. I can take the best things from all of you guys, put it into this book or this, whatever we do. But I think it's worth a try to see how many people we can get into this to do it. And if this thing did make money, or we got credit for it somewhere, somehow, and like I said, chances are it will never go anywhere. Chances are it could, though. And if it does, then everybody's part of the entire, the entire business, the entire gig, so to speak, here as we go forward. Because I get excited about this stuff because, like I said, I've seen some weird things, guys, where in one night we change from making, nothing on a program to making 20,000 in the first week, 20,000 the second week. We've had days, like I said, where we made thousands upon thousands, record breaking. And then the next day, you'd just be making a couple $100. But you know what? It did work. So we were very, very happy to see that. Now, I have some questions here on some of this. Oh, yeah, no problem, you guys. You guys are giving me some stuff. Okay. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. Thank you. And I'll get back to you guys. I'm going to give you guys this too, real quick here, is I'm going to give you my email. And what I want you guys to do now, I'm going to send it to the entire audience. Here we go. Now, what I want you to do is, I know a lot of you guys came here to be part of Sqribble and the eBook Creator. Wonderful, wonderful program. We are actually with a group here that is more dynamic than you could actually ever imagine. Having a deal as the captain here with the software and everything else that he's doing, it's really kind of it's a pleasure. It's really great to be a piece of this. I mean, at one time I was really, really good at what I did, but today I'm not the same person I was yesterday. Yeah, I do good and I still great and I push the envelope, but it deals on a whole nother level right here. So I'm saying everybody that's a Sqribble member, hang on and really be part of the whole group here, because we can do something big here. I'm not going to do something that's not going to be second best. And if we're going to do something and you guys want to put into this, I'm going to push it to the limit. We're going to make something happen. That's all I can say. Now, if you guys are afraid to send something in, boo-hoo, too bad. I'm sorry. If you guys are that's your problem. That's not mine. And I can say I feel sorry for you because, or if you're too busy, you're never too busy. Guys, I consult for several companies around the world. I consult for, I work with Sqribble. They're out of London. I work with a company out of China. I work with a company out of Florida. And I have another company that I'm working with right now out of two companies, actually, in Tennessee and another one in Colorado. So, and I am busy and I drive a lot each week. So I am so busy that, I literally probably put on 700-800 miles a week, traveling to different sites and different places where I have to help, teams and companies do what we're doing. So don't come to me and say you're too busy. Forget it. Sure. I mean, I get up at 4 a.m. and I don't go to bed till probably 11. So, just push the envelope. You guys really need to create a different person here. The economy is so twisted and messed up. Unless I'm in a parallel universe and everything's warm and fuzzy for everybody else, we got to do something here. We really do. For a lot of people, not just, I'm not just saying it for myself, but for everybody, we really need to go forward here. What did I see just recently? I think it was Bitcoin lost 40% of its value in the last couple of weeks, I think it was. But don't worry, I'm one of those guys that has faith in Bitcoin. I think it'll go back up eventually. But it's really amazing kind of how things are going right now. They say gas is going to hit $6, maybe $6.50 in. If you're in California, I can't even talk about that. That it's already $6 there. But for us right now, most of us are paying around $4, $4.50, whatever. It's ridiculous. So we got to find something else where we're not in the vehicles. And the new wave is going to be doing business online, and information works. So if you guys have any great ideas and you want to put them to me, just send me an email. You guys are never too shy to have an idea. An idea starts from a person that doesn't know what they're doing. It truly, because when you don't know what you're doing, you put out you say something that it doesn't always make sense, but when someone else sees it, it's like, wow. Because you said it from your subconscious, it's kind of like you must have thought of something that was deep. So just keep thinking of stuff and sending it in as you guys can. I mean, truly. So what I'm going to say about this ghost conspiracy, we're going to stick with this right now. But I want you guys to send me an email and say, hey, Kevin, I can only do a paragraph. Kevin, I can only do a line. I expect everybody who's on this call to send one sentence. And I truly mean that. I'm going to call you. No, I'm not going to call you out. I'm just kidding you. I'm going to say your name and say, darn it, why aren't you doing this? I can't force people to do anything. And I know that. I'm just trying to help you. But you really do have to push it, people. You got to just push it. You're not here for the practice. You're here to make some money. And we got a group here that's unlike anything in the world. We have a company like Sqribble who's doing some of the biggest sales in the world. So for you guys to be here on this call, you guys are anomalies. You truly are, because you're showing up, you're here, and there's a lot of people on the call. So you guys are in a different realm. You guys really want to see something happen and see something go. Now, everybody loves what they do. Everybody thinks they're the best and they're the greatest and all that stuff. And more power to you. I believe that too. I believe everybody is wonderful and great and warm and fuzzy. But unless you act on it, you're nothing. You are nothing unless you act on it. Thinking positive is great, but put it to use. And always think of yourself as positive and I am great. I don't deny that, but you have to show something. You can't just say it to yourself within your own head. So I really advise you guys, send me something, just send it away and stop thinking about it. Stop being wimps. You guys have to really go to work here, and don't ever tell me you don't have enough time. I don't care if you have 10 kids. I don't care if you drive 1,000 miles a week. I'm with you. I'm in the same car as you are, a boat or airplane, whatever. Just send something. It's really important that you guys start. And like I said, if it's only one paragraph, it's one word. I'll put the word into the book, but let's try it. And then I can get it organized. I need more data so I can start organizing the book. We got several people working on this book right now, and it's great. But I'd love to see, I'd love to see unbelievable amounts of people doing this. So please send anything you possibly can in. Now, I want to show you guys something here. If you guys are in Sqribble and you are writing the ebooks, I want to show you something real quick here, how you get your URL or how you get your book published. Now, if you guys hit this button right here, I think you guys can see this. It says generate ebook. If I push this, it's going to start saving, and it's going to say show PDF right there, or it's going to say download PDF, and it will show up right here. You guys see this? I already pressed it. It'll show up here in the bottom left-hand corner. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but when you hit this generate ebook, it'll show up. And then there's a little arrow that will be right there. You guys are going to click on it if you need to download your PDF, and always say show in folder. And most people don't know that. So hit that, click download PDF or generate ebook. It'll say download PDF. You're going to say show in folder. It's going to bring you to the location where it downloaded, because a lot of people don't know that. I know for some people it sounds easy and it's, all that, but you don't. I mean, it took me a while to figure it out, and and I've been doing this for so many years. So just show in folder, then you'll go up there and you'll right click copy and then go put it into on your desktop, like right here. I do a lot of times, I'll just put it on the desktop right here above. You guys see my mouse moving around up here. I'll just right click and hit paste. And then I'll come back. I'll make a folder up here or whatever, but just put it somewhere. It really makes a difference. Now, back up here, instead of generate ebook, hit publish. Now you hit publish, it's going to come up and give you, it's going to give you a link, you guys. It's going to give you a link. Oh, right here too. It will give you a link if you say generate ebook. It'll say download PDF or view online. Now, when you say view online, it's going to show you this URL. A URL, if you don't know what it is, it's your web address, and it'll be fairly long. On the generate ebook and the publish are two different items here. Just you got to know that. This is like the generate ebook will download your PDF, meaning it'll download your book into a file. Okay, that's all. It'll also view the file. And there's nothing magical or special about it. If you want to click on the view PDF instead of download PDF, it's going to show you exactly what you're going to see here, the PDF, but there's nothing special around it. It's just a PDF in like a slider being that changes the pages or lets you scroll up and down basically. Now, when you hit publish, now watch what happens. I'm going to hit publish. It's going to freeze up for a second, so just hang on here. Okay, I'm just going to say reset everything and publish. Okay, I already did it before. And look at this link right here. This link is like huge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this little button. That means copy. It's going to copy it. And I'm going to copy it. And here it comes. And this is kind of cool. So you guys kind of saw. Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to get out of this. So right here, this is in your editor in Sqribble. When you say generate ebook or publish, you guys are going to see that. Now, this is what it did. And it's kind of cool. This is what Sqribble's done for us. This is not Sqrindle. This is just the area where your book would show up. It has a little bookcase here, has the little home. It's kind of like a mini library, and it shows you, what you got. And you guys can hit next. It'll go to the next page. It'll go next. And it'll just show you. So you guys get an idea kind of what you can do with Sqribble. This is like, I don't want to say it's the inferior version or anything. It's not. It's really cool what they've allowed you to do here by downloading your PDF, view it. But the link here, your URL, is very small. Now, in this one, hang on a sec. I'm going to go back. Look how long the URL is, guys. See, it's enormous. It can go from Florida to San Francisco. It is so big. That's okay, because if you guys want to, too, if you're going to send this to people, you really don't want to send them this huge, long, enormous link. You can go online and you can say shorten URL. That's URL, shorten URL. There's free shorteners where you could put this big, long link into a little box and say create, and it will create a small URL for you for this link. And I'm sure a lot of you have used them, and I'm sure a lot of you have never seen them, but I'm just giving you helpful hints here, because you don't ever want to send a link out this long to anybody, because when a link wraps like this and people go in there and it looks like 4 paragraphs and it's only a URL, it looks kind of crazy. But this is what Sqribble's got to do, Adil's got to do, because so many books are being created. The programmers are trying to keep this as unhackable as possible. And by having all this data in here, it's creating the books so less people can come in and hurt them and get through the system. But it also gives you a link, and they have to create these links on the fly. So the programming, there must be thousands and thousands of ebooks created every day or pages. They just keeps creating and creating. And of course, the programming has to do a new link for every person. So this is cool. I mean, it works, and it shows you this. Sqrindle's a whole nother version. If you guys have seen Sqrindle, the backdrop is not like this. The backdrop is actually like a library. It's a bookstore. It truly is a bookstore, and we can show our prices and all this. This is more just for kind of yourself or a family member if you wanted to give it to them or whatever, where Sqrindle is a platform where you can sell your ebooks on and go from there. So it really makes a difference. Let me see what you can say. Give a link to the clients. Can you? Okay. Yes, we can. We can give you guys the link to the book here. Let me ask a few people. I don't think we mind right now. Let me see my version. And okay, we're going to have this book be much bigger. And I can give you guys the link right now, but it's going to be nothing after I update it, because one of our people in here has really gone to bat. She has hit a home run. I got to say, Lynn, I got to say your name. Lynn has really gone to bat and really put a lot of effort into this. I'll give you guys the link right now, and you guys can see we've done very little. It's very raw. It's not, super duper great by any means, but hey, it's cool. It works. So let me go back here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate ebook. I'm going to give you guys the shortened version real quick. If I can. I want to see if this link works, because I'm in the editor. And when I generate the ebook, I don't know if this link will work out there. I don't think you guys can see everything in it either. As a matter of fact, let me just see. I'm going to click on this. Okay, this is the longest link in the world. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to send this to you guys. And let me see if you guys can. Let's see if we can do this right now. I'm going to see if I can send this to the entire audience. I don't know if it's going to wrap. Boy, is it ever going to wrap. Okay. Tell me if you guys can click on that and see it. Go for it, baby. Click on it, everybody. See what you can see. See if it just pulls up. And like I said, this book is just, we haven't put all the content in it by any means. And then you're going to hit next, 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 and you're going to go on. And it's just a really good demo that we started. And it took the first 2 weeks just to kind of get ourselves going. But I really wouldn't mind pushing this. If you guys really want to go to town and send me like paragraphs or pages about a ghost story. You can put it, just read the story and then add anything you want. We don't care if you say there was an alligator driving a car down the road, whatever, just throw something at us. And if you have a few pictures you want to attach, great. If you don't, we'll put the pictures in for you. But we're going to throw this out there. I'd like to see this book become 50, 60, 100 pages. It would be great. And then we can send it out to everybody and people can kind of edit it together. And I'll be the mass editor. You guys will be the editors. And then we'll find something. We'll find a place for it. But it'll help everybody understand. And then I'll take the book and I'll do a complete edit, meaning I will go through and show you guys how we put the pictures in, how we choose the paragraphs, how we do the outline, add different highlights within it, how we station the pictures, how we chop it up and how we put it together. So it's a good learning experience for everybody as we go forward. It truly is. You guys will get so much more information. Okay, it comes up. Everybody, is it coming up okay? The book? Let me know. I'll give you a second here. Hang on. Just let me know, yes or no. Now, somebody was asking too, if we start selling the book, how would everybody get paid selling the book? That's a good question. I don't have an answer to that. So I think what needs to happen is this book, we got to get it out to a, someplace where it's not just a $6.95 book, or if it is that much, we got to get it to somebody that maybe really truly would publish it. Maybe it could be something that, and it's unusual because what if we could get it out to a publisher and say there was 50 people that wrote the book? Maybe we would start something that no one else has ever thought of. And like I said, I'm just reaching here and throwing it out, but who knows? Like, the first book ever written by 50 authors, but you don't know because like I said, on Kickstarter, a guy made $20 million. So let's say there's 50 of us. Let's split it by 2. Okay. I think that's pretty cool. So, it would be pretty wild. And like I said, I'm just pushing it here, but you guys can be part of something that's greater than all of us and greater than you. Out of all the people that are online right now, 2 or 3 of you could carry the rest of the group. Yes. But wouldn't it be a grand experience and experiment to see if something like this really would push the envelope? Because if something like this did work or something, just for the learning process is worth it within its own. So that's all I'm saying. If you guys have great ideas, just keep pushing them to me. It is possible. Okay, someone just told me they saw a book that was authored by 100 people. That is great, and I love that. But guess what? They're not our 100 people, baby. Our 100 people are better. No, I'm kidding. But that is great. I'm glad someone told me that. Yes, and everybody can save a bookmark, and we could put, every chapter or every page, whoever wrote it or whoever, we could put something in there that would kind of, designate who wrote it, who wrote that piece, and we could have some sort of code within the system. I don't know, something in there, and it's easy. Something like that could be done, but it truly would be amazing. So all of you take the book, kind of copy it. Like I said, you just hit next, and go forward here and do it. Now, some of the people, I see a lot of people that are brand new on the line tonight. And how many of you are new to Sqribble? If you're new, can you guys please respond that you are new? Just say new, or Yes or no? Are you guys new? Because there's a lot of people. We could have our 100 people right away writing this book, I can tell you. Okay, great, great. Welcome. Welcome, Robin. I see that. Okay, Ben, thank you. John, oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, not to scribble, new to this weekly training. Well, welcome, Donna. Cool, cool, cool. Welcome, welcome. I like that. And it's good. Just by opening up and responding back is a start, you guys. Really, oh, you've been here a long time, huh, Therese? Therese? Cool, cool. I like it. And that's good. Like I said, a lot of you have experience within Sqribble. Many of you don't. Many of you are new, but many of you have experience, say, writing a book, and many of you don't have experience writing a book. Like I said, I am not by any means the best writer here, but I do throw content out there. I throw more against the wall than you can actually believe. And I've made, and since November, I can count it up. Let me think. I've made 27, 25, 52, $6,200 just on the side on just writing 3 ebooks. And I got a fourth one coming out. And if I pushed it harder, but I work several other businesses and other jobs, so it's not my full-time thing. This is just kind of fun stuff that I like to do. Never used Sqribble before, Cynthia. Well, welcome. And oh, great, great. Well, Cynthia, and everybody else that's on this call, I won't mention last names, but I'm just saying to you guys, send something to kevin@smartmails.com. Send a paragraph about a ghost story. I don't care what you do, and I don't care if you're embarrassed. I don't care. Just send it. I mean, let's not be silly and stupid here, everybody. When I asked for something this last week and only, 4 or 5 or a couple send it, I welcome that. But I'm really getting to the point where you guys really got to start pushing it. If you guys want to go to your same old mundane job or same old daily thing and not have anything exciting happening, then be that way. But you guys got a chance here to really do something. And if you give it to me, I'm going to look at everything that you guys did. I'm going to get our teams together, and people are going to start helping. Something's going to hit. Something is going to click. And if you guys want to be part of it, donate to it. All you got to do is use your head and your heart and throw some information toward us. It really is important because, you guys, I'm not pushing you, but I am really pushing you. I'm not pushing you to the point where I'm going to make you feel guilty or bad, or maybe I should. Maybe I should make you feel guilty or bad, but I can't do that. You guys are strong. Like I said, you guys are here in the first place. Just do something. That's all I'm saying is just do something. Every day I just keep going and going. And some of you do contact me and I don't get back quite, in time. And I'm sorry for that, but I am very busy. And like I said, I got a couple people on the line here. I know Percy and Lynn and a couple other ones are throwing some stuff at me. And I truly, truly appreciate it. You guys are doing great. And but I just want you guys to really be part of what we're going to do because I think we got something that could really go well here. Yeah, and it would. And I think and the only problem I have with the group guys is I can't have everybody communicating with each other. And there's a method to my madness on this one. I don't own this platform. I am just the presenter, the speaker. And that's something that would be taboo. I can't just give out data of everybody because, and I'm not saying any of you guys, but some people will say, hey, you become friends. And then everybody says, hey, you should look at this. You should look at this program. I mean, I've seen a million different variables. So I got to be very careful on letting the group. And I'd love it if we all could communicate as a group, but I don't think I can on this platform. I don't think it would be truthfully right. So I got to keep things, very clean and out there. So I think it would be best. Somehow I'll find a way. I mean, there has to be a way we can communicate without exchanging emails. I know there is. And where if you want your real name on there, that's fine. So let me see what I can do to find a platform where we can all donate and chat. But the only thing is I do request don't ask for phone numbers or emails because like I said, I don't own this platform and data is really special. I mean, Adil does this business in this program to, to show his wares, to show his business, and it wouldn't be right if I did that. You guys have never seen me really, call you up or present anything to you for another business, and I never will. That's not me. I respect this system, and I'll continue on. Um, the way I have been, as clean as I can. It wouldn't be the correct thing to do. And let me tell you, I've been on thousands of phone calls and webinars and this and that. And believe me, in the past, when it was my business, I would protect my data, and I would be, emailing people and showing them different businesses. That's the name of the game. When you're online and you collect data, like you guys are all data, I'm data. You get sent different programs. Look at what we're getting from a deal right now. But I do have to say, a deal sends some pretty cool stuff out. I don't look at stuff very often, but I do look at the stuff he chooses wisely. He has some great businesses and programs, and he makes money. It's affiliate marketing at its best, and he only chooses good partners when a deal sells something else. You guys get the email from him now, and when he markets, say, a web app or something else, he'll make money on it. That's good business, but it's not cheap, terrible things. And like I'm saying here with this book, we're making a deal. The star within this book, we're going to add some other characters. So I'm really going to ask you, send some characters into it too, folks. See what you guys can do. Send some characters with your paragraphs and everything else that you could do. And some people are saying a private, yeah, we could do something like that. We could do a Facebook or something else. So let me give it some thought on there about it. I've never, and this is my bad. I've never been a Facebook person. After doing data for 20 years, I always, and this is stupid. I should have been on and communicating with people on Facebook and social networks. I never did. Not like that. If I do, I'm doing it for business and that's it. But I've never communicated. I just always hated putting my own data out there, and maybe that's wise and maybe that's silly. It's probably silly, but I just never did it. So we got to find something. Yeah, and I like Google Drive. Google Drive. People are saying Google Drive. If you guys all have a Gmail account, you guys don't know this. You guys all have Google Drive for free. So try to go onto Google and you get it. You get it for free and get your own free Google Drive. You guys are going to love it because you guys can send a link out of this ebook or whatever you want. And then if you have any problems with the person, you can disconnect them. You can take it away. And that's what's cool about Google Drive. You can make it active or inactive. So whoever has your PDF or your website or whatever it is, a video, you can say, okay, I'm sharing it with you. But then after a few days, if you don't want to share it anymore, you just go into Google Drive and say disable. So that's what's really cool about Google Drive. Another thing we're going to do, we write this ebook. I think it would be wise to get a few videos and put it on YouTube, so we can get some traffic. I think people would probably look at it and start reading. And maybe that's a great way of doing it. Maybe we do one version as an audio ebook, which I think would be great. Because who doesn't listen to audio ebooks? I listen to audio ebooks every day. I truly do, because when I'm at work or I'm in business, I can't be watching a video or watching TV, but I can listen. And a lot of the videos of today all they have is a few images that drift, like a video that just drifts through if you are looking at it, but they really don't have a storyline of the video. It's just the storyline within the text. And I think that's why. So we could do YouTube videos and we could tease people. So that's one idea, because I love YouTube. We could put out a 1-minute ebook that covers 10 pages. And then the next 10 pages, we could do another video ebook on our channel. We could do the Sqribble channel or the Sqribble group channel. I could create one where everybody was part of it. Everybody could have the login, and we could do something like that. That's just an idea. And we could do quick videos. That's easy for me to do. I could make a book, not just an audio ebook, but a video audio ebook if we wanted to, which would be cool because YouTube, you've seen what happens out there. Once you start getting 100,000 hits, 100,000 visitors, it starts making money. So that's not a bad idea. And I'm not saying for myself, I don't even care if it's my name or a group name or whatever, however we do it, it's fine. But YouTube does work. It really, really does work. So I want you guys to really know that. Now I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to save this. And you guys have seen this ebook already. Okay, I'm getting some questions here. Okay, someone just said they had their Google Drive deleted. I've never heard of that. Okay. You know what? I don't know if that's true because I do share, but all I do is share links too. So I think there must be something that happened. Who knows? I've never seen that happen with Google. And you know what? You're right about that. Someone else just said Adil could make a group for us where no one could capture each other's data and we could all be part of the group you know, that wouldn't be a bad idea. That's a good idea. We could have Adil do something for our book. That wouldn't be bad. Some people are saying they're using Google Drive for their clients. Wonderful. I don't know if you guys saw the new program that he had out here. He sent one out just recently about an app creator. Now that's something that interests me because listen to this, you guys. If you're doing an ebook for somebody and you make an app that has the ebook in it, that's also a cool thing. You could do a website, but an app would be easier and faster if you could put that much content. So I'm going to look at that too because my brain is kind of going faster than it should, but I'm thinking there must be a way that you could maybe put an app together with an ebook. That's not a bad idea. And I saw Adil was sponsoring that through another person, I think just recently. I just saw that. Does the software off? Yes, it does. We have what's called Talkable. And I want to show you guys this too, because I was just thinking of that. We do need to get back to where we're doing audio ebooks. And for a lot of you that are brand new here, you see, this is my back office here. We have what's called Talkable. Talkable is the audio. We can upload a doc or a PDF directly, and then the videos will show you exactly how to use it. So if we click on Talkable here, you guys, and you guys are in here, you guys go to tutorials. But this is Talkable, really cool. If you say create ebook, it'll say upload PDF doc or docs. You'll upload it, and that sucker will read it, and then we can go in there and pick from a woman or a man. We can pick from an accent from India, UK, Russian. We can pick the language and do it, which is amazing, simply amazing. But my advice is before you do it, you click on the tutorials, and Adil does the tutorials, and they're perfect. The tutorial on this, I went through it a few times, and it is beautiful. So go through the tutorial, and my idea is we take the book that we're going to write, and we're going to do something with an audio video ebook. Now you guys know that the ebook that I sold for $2,700, I made an audio video ebook, and how I did it was I just did the PDF, and then I did what I did is I chose the flip book. I made a flip book on it, and then I put it on the site, and I took Snagit and I captured it as a video, and then on the side I hit play, which the video was recording, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds, whatever. And on the very right outside of my capture, I was able to flip the pages so it looked beautiful. No one could see my mouse. And that's how I made the video ebook with Snagit recording me over to the very right of the screen, clicking the right arrow to keep flipping the books until it said thank you at the very end. Now I made that, and it was a couple minutes, I think. I made that book look great, and that's the book I sold for $2,700. And I had never really done that before. That was the first one, but it turned out great. It turned out wonderful. Now the new one I'm going to do is I want to use Talkable. I do want to use this with video too. So I'm going to take a little time here, and I'm going to show you guys step by step with the new company that I just sold the $2,500 ebook to. I'm going to do their business, and then I'm going to create the PDF, and then I'm going to put the PDF in here. All the verbiage, all the data that I put in here, the content will be read out loud. And then I gotta define it because I had a few problems. I haven't done this a lot. The chapters, I just got to fix the chapters, and chapters will be like page 1 through 3, and then it shows you automatically 4 through 8 or whatever, and it will say exactly what's on the page. It'll say chapter 1, and then you got to make sure all your inputs are correct. You don't want it saying weird things here. Sometimes you have to edit it, and I'll show you that as I make this book. But I think that'll be one of the new things I'll be doing as I create this new book. Instead of just a video ebook, I would love it if it was a audio video ebook. That would be going to the next level. And all I have that's special here, folks, if you're looking at it right now, let me show you. This is Snagit. I keep saying it to you guys. Snagit, Snagit, Snagit. Now watch what it will do. I want to show you guys something real quick. Play. Let's see if this will work. Hello and welcome to Talkable. Can you guys hear that at all? I don't think you can through my speakers at all. Let me see. Hang on a sec. I'm going to try it one more time.
The number one solution for creating amazing audiobooks in a matter of minutes.
You guys could hear that, I'm sure. Yeah. So what we're going to do, yes, okay, cool. This is what I'm going to do. So I take Snagit, and just just going to give you guys a clue. This is why I love Snagit. I capture it, and there's the video. And then I can say, take a picture or do a video. And believe it or not, guys, over here on the flipbook through Sqribble, the arrow's outside the box. So when I hit this capture video, I count down 5 seconds. I see the 5 seconds, the 10 seconds. So say every 5 seconds, I hit the arrow, and the flipbook will go over to the next page. And it is so cool. I thought it was great. But this is what you can do here. And as we go forward, this is kind of the stuff. I think the video ebook would be cool. And let me tell you why here. Let's get into this real quick. As we do YouTube, which is the #2 platform in all the world, we can take what we're doing here with our ebooks, say the Ghost Conspiracy, and we can put it into Talkable. We can make it an audio flipbook ebook. It'll be a cool video on YouTube. And we can do chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and make 20 different chapters or whatever it is about our book. And I bet we could get a good following going. I bet we will get people going to chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. I bet it will happen. If we write this well enough, it'll be kind of a cool experiment to see how it works. I don't think anybody's done this where they've done an audio video ebook with chapters 1. Someone must have done something that's close to that, but not on Sqribble and not with, 100 people or whatever we're going to do here. I think it would be very, very cool. So you guys are going to be part of something greater than all of us. We all are, every single one of us. And if you guys push around some ideas, I'll look around how we can form a group. I know I can do it. It's just that one person has to be and I'm the presenter here, and I can take the information and run with it, but I can give you guys copies of everything that everybody's doing, and then everybody can input. That's the whole goal here. We don't have, there's so many more people that are better than I am at editing and things like that, but at least I can kind of, be the person that kind of structures it and see what we can do. I know YouTube very well. We could set up a site for ourselves here, and I'll let Adil know exactly what we're doing and how we're doing it, and we'll run with it. But it'd be really cool. It'd be helping Sqribble, and it's the start. We could do so many things that are so unique. This is how new things start, is when you think of one thing, 100 other items come out. When I was doing programming, when we did it, we had no idea the stuff that we were going to invent in the future, and we blew it out of the water. We had things that, like today, the GoDaddies and the Squares and the Shopifys, we were the first ones way before those guys. I had a system called Site Design SEO, and it was an editor. I was one of the first web builders on the planet back in the early 2000s is when we created. That's how long ago. But our software was archaic. We had to write every single piece of code. Nowadays, they got a plug-in for everything. They got a plug-in to, make the pages twirl and things like that. Back then, we didn't have that, but it worked well, and it was really cool in its time. But nowadays, we can do some things that are just so much easier and so much nicer that we can do this. So if you guys have other ideas that what we can do, I'm sure there's some cool plugins I don't even know about. Let's run with it. Yes, and we do have to figure out a way to help people promote their other books. And I think this is a great thing. So let's say we get the YouTube channel, the YouTube group, whatever we call it, we can call it Super Sqribble. No, I'm kidding. We can call it something that it's the group, and we can refine. And I wouldn't mind if everybody put a name on it, and then that way, because when I set up YouTube, it'll be all of ours. It'll be the YouTube group's YouTube, and I have to put some nice pictures behind it, and I'm going to make it look really nice, but I want your ideas. So we have to call ourselves something. And so if you guys have ideas on that, send it to me in an email along with it. I'm open. I'm really open. I think we should do something that's so wild because I'm seeing something here. I feel it. There's something here that no one else has done that we can do truly. And through the experience of everybody here, we should be able to figure it out. So I think YouTube channel with the video ebooks and the chapters is a good start. If you guys have a difference of opinions here, wonderful. Bring it on. Let's throw it. I'm ready to put anything down that we possibly can. So people just asked about if we had the, Talkable. Of course we do. And great program. You get so much quota each month on this. It works well. Just so you guys know too, as you create the ebooks within here, here's some of the books that I've created in here. You get to choose the person, the voice, if you want it natural, if you want it smooth, if you want it, the different dialects, this and that. You guys can do so much more with it. I love this. I really, really do. As we go forward. Yes, and I appreciate that, guys. And whoever has a really good voice, let's check it out. Some people saying they could be the moderators, things. Cool, very good, very good. We need somebody. We could have several people moderate too. We could have a person moderate chapters 10 through 15, and somebody 16 through 20. And but let's work together, and you guys can all. I'm up for it. I love it that people would want to moderate. That's a great idea. So as we do the PDF, whoever we want to be a moderator, I'll send it to you, the whole book, and then I'll say, hey, moderate chapters 1 through 10, whatever, please. And then from there we could just piece it together. And it's not that hard, you guys. I don't want you to think it's difficult, all this stuff. It's really simple to use Snagit and make a video ebook. I know. What am I calling it? I'm calling it a video ebook. What else is it? Whatever. It's just really cool. Oh, a video flip ebook. And that's kind of what we want. And we'll put it into YouTube and then work with it as we go forward. And we can add things. We can help people promote, because in that, why not? If we do a group thing, if you guys want to do your own videos for your own ebooks, why wouldn't we put, because if this ebook could really get people on chapters 1 through 50, and everybody's reading the book from out there, and we're getting 100,000 hits or whatever, we could put on the same channel the group's ebooks. We could go in there and we could add ebooks in there to help you guys get your ebooks being publicized and sold and whatever. Who would care? Because we're doing this together. If you have the guts enough to write an ebook and make an ebook and put it into a video, more power to you. I'd say put it onto the group YouTube channel to help you advertise. And that's yours. That would be yours. So I think it's a good way. If we work together, you work for yourself too, you guys would get more traffic. Traffic is everything. And you guys should be looking at Instagram too, besides YouTube. Instagram's like a Facebook thing, but Instagram does work, and it's easy to make little, like little images and things like that, and you can add on. Instagram has a lot of traffic, and that's why I say Instagram. It's not bad. It does work. I actually have people asking me about Instagram all the time, and I hire out to a couple people, and they're pretty busy. And I never knew. And I just did it as a favor. And boy, now I've got 2 or 3 people using it. And these people are making over $1,000 a month just doing Instagram for a couple different companies. And it's growing. So it's kind of cool that, I never knew it was going to get that much traffic, but it happens very, very quickly. Okay, 15. Okay. Yes, I agree with you there. Have mini books within 15-second videos. You guys can do any amount of videos. You guys can do, you can do any timeline on, if you want to do a teaser, yeah, that's a 15-second. If you want to do a couple chapters, then that would probably be a minute to 3 minutes is a guess. It could be 5, but I think people would do it. I listen to ebooks every day up to 30 minutes, up to 10 minutes, 12 minutes, all the time, every day. And it's because I don't have a lot of time, but I love, feeding my mind. So I think it's a great thing. And they're all from YouTube. Every single one that I do is from YouTube. What a great, great way to do things. Okay, I'm reading some notes here. Okay, yeah. And somebody just said here, and thank you, Joseph. He just mentioned that authors will sell a book by the chapter sometimes to get engagement and followers. Very, very true. And we're experimenting here. So why wouldn't we put chapter 1 out there, chapter 2, and maybe we timed it right to where, of course we're not going to have them all done at one time, but pique people's interest and maybe give a little bio within, hey, this is from a group of people. And maybe what we could have is a rotating link. I got to see if that's possible. Whoever's part of the group, a rotating link to sell Sqribble to other people. And if the rotating link worked well, it's not hard to do, then everybody would get a sale as people start buying from the site. So there's a way that the link could change for every new person. If they wanted to take Sqribble through our YouTube channel, there is a way. You say click here and the link would change for every new browser that would go in. So that's just an idea. But we used to do rotators all the time. We used to have groups like this years ago, over 10, 12 years ago. We used to have what's called a rotator, and it would change the link to that person to get a sale. People would, say, hey, I want to be part of the group. And we would put 100 people, 200 people in there. And every day it would go through hundreds and hundreds of people and people were getting sales. So it was a great thing. To prompt the ghost book. Yeah, set a target date. I like that. That's a good idea too. So let's look at, guys, we could do it. We could do the ebook, and I want your guys' opinions on this. And I see, Percy, you got a great idea here, but let's see what we can do, because we could write as we go. If people are truly interested in starting to take our book, so let's say we get 3 chapters. Let's just say that. Let's say the thing's 15 minutes long. If that thing starts taking off, we're all going to write faster. I can guarantee you that, because it'll start driving more traffic. We'll start getting more interest. It'll peak everything. If it starts monetizing, then guess what? Then the people that are in the group, once the people are in the group, if it monetizes, because people do make hundreds of thousands from YouTube, hundreds of thousands, we'll figure it out. We'll figure a way to monetize it and have a group within a group. Whatever it takes, we will make sure it'll work correctly. Yes, thank you, Donna. I appreciate it. Okay, we'll proceed to charity. Yeah, we could do that too. But sometimes people, the charity they need is charity to themselves. And it is great, but a lot of people need that, especially in today's times. Why not make extra money possibly from what we could do here? And we could, it could be something that everybody is on could see the totals, and then how many people in the group, divide it each week and go from there. I don't know yet. I'd have to figure that one out, but we're going, further ahead than where we need to be right now. We need to worry about the book first and go forward. And I know tonight has been a lot of overview and talking and different things like that, but it's so important we all get motivated. When I see someone like Adil, who created Sqribble and Talkable and Sqrindle, I mean, amazing stuff. All we're trying to do is create not simple, but complicated, sophisticated, and really good content books. We don't have to call them ebooks. We can say books, but let's go to the next level. Let's start creating content for video ebooks. I like video ebooks and sliders, or whatever you want to call it, where they're page turners. I think it's really a good idea. I think it's something that we could get in there and really push it. And I love it that people's brains are working here. I'm getting a lot of people saying, yeah, let's go. So everybody that's on here, I'm going to mention a few names. Stu, I need you to get out there. Therese, Tracy, Vanita, Yolanda, John, Ben, San, Percy, Marianne, Mark, Lynn, Joseph, Hilliard. Oh my God, there's another Mark, Frank, Edine. Hello, Edine. Donna, of course, Carol, Anita, and the list goes on, man, Drew. And for all those that I can't keep going to, oh my God. Oh, Jesus, it just keeps going. Fred, thank you. I got to scroll up a little bit more here. Hey, Jane, how are you? Yep, great. Okay, I can't get to everybody here, but the list goes on. I'd be saying it for half the evening here. But let's send some information in. Let's send some content in as we go forward. Now, I want to ask a question here. How many people would be willing to throw something in to this book? Is it something you want to do? I just need to know yes or no. And don't take it wrong. I won't take it wrong. If you say no, I understand. Listen, no one else can see what I'm saying here. So I would like it from everybody, just a yes or a no. Just do it. Okay, keep going, baby. Come on now. Not everybody said it. Yes or no? Would you like to add to this ebook? Because what you're doing is you could get into something here that starts out as a group business, a group function, and we're not going to screw around. We're going to make something happen here. We truly need to, because this is something that I love the experimentation of it, and it would be something really cool. Thank you guys. And we got a few people saying no, and that's fine. Whatever people want to do, that is great. I mean, there's a lot more people saying yes, but if you say no, that's fine, because you're dedicated to what you're doing and what you need to do. And my hat's off to you. So whoever is busy and just wants to get their own gig going, that's wonderful. My advice to people when you're doing your ebooks, start writing, start getting things, get a page, get 2 pages down. And if you guys get stuck, for any of you that get stuck, email me and say, Kevin, I'm stuck, man. Where do I start? How do I find a niche? How do I know if a book's going to be successful or not? I can throw back at you some ideas. They're not going to be perfect, but something will work. Like I said, guys, in the last couple of months, I only started this in November, and I'm up over 5K, and I'm just kind of playing. I'm not doing much, and I'm just shooting from the hip and making it happen here. And I just sold a book. I got another book that's coming up. This will be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be 4 that I've sold to the stories and would work together. Yeah, and we can get to that point. We start doing this with the first book. We can have ideas for the second and third book, and then we can start playing with that. I think it's really good that if you guys can get a lot of this content written and we can piece the book together, get some editors out there. I know Lynn will help, Percy, and some other people. If you guys want to help edit it, great. Then what I'll do is I'll create the flip book. I'll create the video and the audio, and then I'll start talking to some of you guys directly, whoever wants to be a moderator, and then I'm going to show you how to moderate, or I'll get a voice. I'll get an MP3, which is a voiceover from you. I'll show you how to do it, and we'll give you the book. You can speak it out, or we can use the voices on Talkable, which are already there, and we can test it. We can test, a live voice would be great. Some of the voices on Talkable are great, so we can do whatever you guys think. I mean, we're all into this together. Yes, small stories inside. I like it. Be great. Yep, it would. And so Stu, and so what I need you guys to do, Stu and Joseph and Donna and everybody, Lynn, I can't say everybody, send Kevin on a ghost story a paragraph or a sentence and say, hey, this is all I could do. Or, hey, this is a lot that I could. I don't care. I don't care. Even if it's only a few words and you want to throw in some bullets in there, like, a tall dressed, a strange person, whatever, throw it in. I don't care. Just send it to Kevin@smartmails.com, put your name in it and all that stuff. And then I'm going to find a place for it. I can't do everything. You guys know that. So I do have some great people here that I'm going to shoot a lot of this stuff to, and hopefully they'll help me edit and all that, because I think I'll throw content in too, but I do need help on this. And what I'll do is I'll find the moderators, and then I'll start doing the video flip books and all that stuff. And we'll put our first video out. Hopefully we can get our first video out in June. I would like to see at least 1 video out, if not 2. It depends. Once you get going, and I know this with anything, it moves. It's always heavy lifting at first, but once you get going with 1 or 2, everybody starts gelling and going together, and things start happening a lot quicker. That would be great. Okay, so you guys need how about 20 short? Okay. Yeah, I like it. Whatever you guys could do. So if you guys need my email again, I'm just going to say send it to my email. And I never share your email with anybody. I think you guys know that. You guys have never seen anything come from me, and you never will. So when you guys send me something through your email, it stops there. A lot of people are doing this. Yes, images too. If you guys want to send some images with your book, I'm going to start making a file folder on the book. So whoever wants to join this, I'm going to make a nice file folder with each of your names and what you've inputted. I'm going to date it and put this in. Then I'm going to say if we put it into the book already. I'll detail it. So we'll make sure that it's working correctly. The last thing I want to do is not know who's put in what, when, and where. So as we put things in, I'll document it and make sure that it's adjusted correctly. Because what we really want to do here is make a ghost book with a deal and scare the hell out of everybody with our great book. Wouldn't it be wonderful? There's some really great ideas going on out there, and new stories all the time, and it's really amazing what's going on. And who knows where this will take off to? I've seen good things happen from simple ideas that have gone to the point of making millions. Really, I mean, I can honestly say that I have put together 20, 30, probably 50 systems, 50 systems out there that have made money, that have made good money. And, we used to average hundreds of thousands minimum each year. And many years, we'd reach $1 million or $2 million every year with our group and our team. And we usually had anywhere from 2 to 4 people on our team. That's the max that we had back then with programmers. We had employees and things like that who helped us out, but the main group was always between 2 and 4 people. We started out with 2, and then we had a couple other people that helped us out, and it got so big. And that's what I love to see here, so we can continue on. Now I'm getting a lot of questions here. Yes, we can do short stories, and we can do content, whatever you guys want to do for, when you write me, please send in any details that you guys would like to see. So when you guys do send in content, go read the book that's on the, that I sent you tonight. And then just send anything. It doesn't have to match what we're writing. Just write something about the ghost story. It's about a house on a street. And from there, it can carry on. You guys can put anything you want in the backyard, like a lagoon, a big oak tree, whatever, graves in the back. I don't care. Just test the waters here. And then we can go to the next story and go from there. Does it sound idiotic? Does it sound stupid? No, it doesn't. It really is something that I think can really tear up here, because we have so many people that are so talented on the call here. For you guys to buy Sqribble in the first place, you didn't buy it. People like yourself that bought an ebook creator are thinkers. Let's get this straight. You guys are not the norm. This is not someone joining a program that's going to make you quick money and, next week make $10,000 a day. That's not who we are. These are people that are thinkers and are determined. So that 95-5 rule, I probably have to say it's probably 50-50 with this group. 50 will do and 50 won't. And that's probably just the way it is. And so whatever you guys can do, it would be great. Yeah, and I appreciate it. Percy, you've been putting a lot in. Lynn has. And so much that people are saying here. No, whatever you guys can do, just do whatever. It's okay. Yes, and we could have different stories and listen, create a character. This is what I think you guys should do. Create characters, like the people that work, that oversee the house and the butler, or if there's not a butler, but neighborhood people that knock on the door and different animals and things like that. Build a character. That is really something that big stories always do. And remember this, in most stories, there's always threesomes within the story, like Harry Potter. There was always 3 there. And then then there was another set of 3 and another set of 3. I mean, look at Harry Potter as a reference. There was always like groups of 3 that were the bad guys, the good guys, the girls, the boys, the different people throughout. It's the way it is. Even Game of Thrones and things like that, it's usually like 2 or 3 people that are the characters, but they all work together. You can have multiple sets of that. And I know that because I've seen that, quite a bit here. it always has worked that way. So does anybody else have, yes, it really is. This could turn into a really good income. The goal is to build the YouTube channel up, and then you guys can also advertise your own video ebooks on the channel. If you guys are all okay with that, I would think it would be a great idea. Why not? And it won't monetize right away. Nothing will monetize until the group hits a certain level of subscribers. So it's up to us to make sure that happens. So does anybody else have any questions tonight? Does anybody else? Okay, why would you? Someone's asking about a project. Okay, this is really cool. Now, if you guys go back, just so you guys know, you'll look at what I've done here. I'm on the page right now. You guys can see this. It's called GS Mock. This is the book I sold for $2,700. Now, I cloned this book from this book. Now, what I'm going to do is take this book. I'm going to take GS Mock out, the verbiage here. I'm going to redo the flip pages. I'm going to redo all the pages. And this is the book I'm selling to the company for $2,500. It's another company with a whole different business model. But I can take the pictures here and I can take everything, just redo the content, but keep the structure of the book. And that's what the clone project, if that's what you're talking about, Lynn, that's why I'm cloning a whole project. I can reuse this book 2 or 3 to 4 times, but just redo the verbiage and redo everything else, the pictures, the owners, the employees, so on and so forth. So in this book, I'm going to clone it for a second time. The first one, this is the first book I sold, or the 2,700 was this book. And then I did another one somewhere in here for 1,000. Yeah, how I made 1,000 here. So that's $3,700. Then I just sold another one for 25. So I'll be doing another book here, how I made 2,500 copying my ebook for another client. And that's just what I said. So that's a clone book, basically. The colorizer, we'll get more into the colorizer as we get going. It'll help with your backgrounds. Is that the colorizer projects you're saying? And I'll get more into that as we go forward, Lynn, too. So that would be great. Yes, everybody, you guys all put in a lot of information in here for me. So my advice is send it in. And what's good about this is when you guys send in your paragraphs and your pages, you're going to see me go in and edit and add these pages, and other people add the pages to a PDF. And then we're going to go in and do a training on all the editor, how to use the editor, how to use the pictures and input the pictures. We're going to show you step by step and record it. So you guys will have the book that you help write also be a training session for all of you. It really will work very, very well. So everybody, it's been a great evening. I really appreciate you guys getting on here. Hey, watch Adil's emails. It's really important. He's really done some really great stuff lately. I hope you guys saw the video he just did. It was very professional. He's pushing the limits, I've got to say, and I love it. I love it. When I see the young man doing that, more power to him. I think Adil's doing great. But it's really special to be part of this group, and I really appreciate all of you here within Sqribble. It's been great, but let's get this ghost story thing going. Let's not mess around. Let's get off our butts, all of us, even myself, and let's make it happen. So with all that, you guys, I'm going to cut it off for tonight. I'm going to see you next Tuesday. Have a happy weekend. Summer's here, pretty close for most of us. In Florida, it's already here, but for people over in England or up north, it still is winter. I know it is. But everybody, thank you. I really appreciate it. So have a great evening. Good night to everybody. And thank you for listening, and pour your hearts out with a paragraph. Why not? You guys got something that a lot of us are going to do a lot of the work for you besides some of the content. Throw anything you can. So, okay, people, you guys take care. And this is Kevin out, and we'll speak next week. Take care, everybody.